Ladies and gentlemen.
All right, hey y'all, let's get right into this Baddies Midwest rundown review. Y'all know how I do. I'm just gonna get right to the point and I'm gonna get to the stuff that I think is important that I think you might want to hear about. So, anyways, we open up this scene and we got Lex, we got Ivory, and we got my girl standing in the kitchen with an ice pack, really trying to get that eye down because, Lex caught her with a nice southpaw in that living room. And I kind of felt like, dang, Lex is a good contender. Like, she might be able to get busy with somebody like Tasiki. So while all this is going on, all the girls are crowded around watching this. Like, this is like the final Royal Rumble. And it really was. Like, this had to be so far one of the top fights, whether they ran round after round after round. And y'all already know both of those girls were approving those multiple rounds requests. They was not playing. Lex, very tall girl. Ivory, very strong girl. And yeah, it just was crazy. A couple things that I really noticed when I was just watching the video, and just like kind of going over my notes and everything. It was a lot of Anna getting involved and involving herself. And I feel like her and Ivory had some type of conversations prior to her coming on the season, because she did tell, I think Summer and somebody else on the bus, like, hey, you're not about to keep bullying Anna. That's over. We in there, I guess, they're finishing up their multiple rounds. When I say the first round was crazy, it went from first round to second round to third round. I think they did maybe 4 rounds total. It was crazy. But when I say both girls was really eating, I'm going to say it was a tie. People are going to say, oh, well, Ivory had a swollen face and Ivory got some hits in. Ivory slammed that girl to the ground. Ivory put her foot on that girl body and almost on that girl face. It was getting lethal. I really think Lex got some good throws. She's very tall. She's linky. She's like a tall person with a good reach, and she has a good reach. So Ivory got them shoulders where she come up off them shoulders, and she really can, knock somebody to the ground with a punch. But Lex got one of them real fast, real easy reflex, expendable arms. Kind of like, those little games where they have the little boxing hands. I forgot what that little game is called. But it's like those games where there's like the little robots and they, their arms just reach out. That's what all I was imagining when I was looking at Lex. Hilarious. But anyways, so then I guess Diamond felt like, you know what, I'm tired of ducking this fade with my girl Pretty P. I'm going to give her that. I'm going to give her round, because at the end of the day, I did call her out several times. I did jump in fights with her. I did sneak her a couple times. Let me run her fade. Now, for everybody who thought that Diamond was going to win this fight, please be prepared to be disappointed. At the end of the day, I knew the way it was going to go. Pretty P was getting so tired of this girl sneaking her, and I already know production and Natalie and certain people were like, just wait it out. It's going to be the perfect time for y'all to fight. Diamond kept whining about her neck, saying like her neck was hurting and stuff like that was the real reason that she couldn't really get down, I guess. But excuses. It's a lot of injured cast this this season. And yeah, it's getting kind of crazy. Okay, so the whole time everybody was worried about my girl Ivory. They was just like, look, Ivory, get her. Like, oh, Ivory, you got that hit to the eye. And some people swell easy. It's really not a big deal, like she said in the confessional, because I know a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, Ivory, yeah, she got that. Nah, it's a lot of people still don't want to get in the field with Ivory. Some people swell a lot. Like I said, Lex has a very big reach advantage when it comes down to it. I'm not making any excuses. Lex definitely got that eye. I'm not a side picker, because at the end of the day, we all watching these rounds, and yeah, I want to see who's gonna win. I like playing a fair game. I like seeing a fair game. Like I said, Lex is definitely taller. Remember, when they like figure out these matchups, they're not really considering like, where professional boxing, they're doing weight classes and they're actually showing the stats on each opponent or whatever. She's towering. Like, Lex is very tall. Like, I know it doesn't seem like it, but when you look at women and they're standing next to each other, you can see who, is bigger, who's broader, who's stronger. You can see that. And I can see that Lex has um at least a third reach over Ivory. So while they're both swinging, Lex is going to get to Ivory faster. So therefore, you might see, 1-2 connect over Ivory, who's just, cocking back and just throwing one of those real hard punches. I'm really big on fighting. I love USC. I love boxing. So I'm competitive, and I do watch little specific things when it comes down to these types of fights. Now, my girl Ivory was not playing that. Anna, she kind of jumped back in and was like, listen, you should have never started with her. Lex, like, why would you start with her? Like, what was your problem with her in the first place? And Lex wanted to blame basically the OGs and Anna and whoever else was involved, and saying like, well, who moved who moved the names? Who moved the names? Like, why are y'all moving names? Like, what's the problem? Like, why would y'all move names? So they're just Lex is just telling Anna, like, listen, your mouth is too big for your size, which didn't make sense to me, because if you're worried about size, you're gonna try to fight someone that is built more like Jayla, or what's her name, Akbar, or you're gonna fight girls that are like, in your size category, but you're fighting people because you think it's a challenge. Ivory did bring up the fact that she felt like Lex was really trying to find a reason to fight her. And after hearing the explanations where they went online and said they had already been there and it was sort of kind of staged, we know how production goes. Like, for people to get up here, they're saying stuff like, oh, y'all faking scenes. I don't think that's a big deal. Y'all want entertainment or not? Like, what's the big deal? Like, what are y'all talking about? Like, unless they're sitting up specifically lying about something that we know for a fact to be different, or we can see with our own eyes and they're literally just telling us something, that's something to maybe like jump down the network's throat and be like, what do y'all think you gonna just, buy anything y'all put on the TV? At this point, I don't want the subscription. Throw it away. But nah, it wasn't that. It was more like, you understand that they have to catch certain things on camera. You understand they're traveling. They're getting into Airbnbs, which are rental properties. It's a lot of stuff, obviously, that goes on behind the scenes with the production. So anyway, I wanted to say something about this with Anna. Anna's in the confessional, and Anna's just like, yeah, like, you see me, and I honestly grew to like Anna. But I'm just looking, and I observe people for what they what they do, what they bring to the table, how they act, what their behaviors are. And Anna really thinks she's Scotty. You're not Scotty, Anna. You're not Scotty, Anna. Like, why are you on here with your dog, trying to sit up with the prissy mode, talking about, oh, y'all are scaring Nugget. And I'm looking like, Anna, send your dog home. Nobody asked the dog to be part of the cast. I also didn't want Scotty dog there, but I did have a multiple before. So I understand, she got the same kind of dog I had. So I gave her a little soft spot. I felt like, okay, I don't mind seeing Scotty dog. But once Anna brought her dog, it's just like, come on, is this baddies or is this bitches? I mean, I'm just trying to figure something out. But anyways, so Pretty P looked at really cute. Yeah, she looked really cute in this picture. I really like this confessional look. They've been sleeping on my girl Pretty P. That's kind of what brings me into Jasmine Renee. The situation with her and Summer, after all of the stuff that went down, Jazz, Natalie, was going to let Scotty, I guess, pick, who she wanted. So, to get the baddies changed. So Scotty's like, oh, I can't pick one. I'm going to pick two. So I guess her two nominations were Jazz Renee and Lex. If I had to pick personally, like who I would pick, like who I would want to be, the next nominee, or, the person who's going to get the baddie chain, I honestly would have gave it to Pretty P. I'm not going to lie. It would have shocked a lot of people, and it would have let them know, stay on point like Pretty P. She's not writing. She's not scared. She's not running. She's not ducking any phase. She's on screen. She's doing what she have to do. When if somebody challenged her, she stepped right up to the plate. I feel like Pretty P honestly deserved it over all of those girls, including Lex. And the reason I say that is because if Lex deserved a baddie change, then so did Ivory. Because they've been the ones putting in the most blood, sweat, and tears when it comes down to these battles we're seeing on screen for our subscription. Yeah, so I don't really feel like Lex, didn't deserve it, but I don't feel like it had to be Lex. So anyway, she chose Jasmine Renee and Lex. Scotty, you could have just picked one person. Nobody asked you to pick two people. I think Natalie said a chain. I don't think she said two chains. I think she said one, singular, not plural. But yeah, so she had, this ideal to give it out of them two. I was looking like, what did you want them to fight over it? Like, who was going to make the final determining factor? So Jazz is like, listen, I'm going to be real with y'all. I don't feel like I deserve it. And she knows that she would have a target on her back because of Summer. Not only that, she knew that she really wasn't that much on screen than, some of the other girls, especially like Pretty P, Dolly, the other girls. So she was just more of like, you know what? I want to pass it along to my nomination onto Pretty P. Now, what do I think about this? Y'all tell me what y'all think about it in the comments, first of all, because I really love having these discussions with y'all, and I really want to see what other people's point of view are. Because these situations get really, really crazy. I felt like Jasmine Renee nominating or giving her nomination to Paula was dope. It boosted Jasmine in my like likes points, my own personal likes points category or whatever the case may be. I really liked Jazz. I liked her from the beginning. I never not liked the Jazz, but I just felt like Jazz stand up. Like I get it. Like yeah, you're a pretty girl. Like you know you honestly seem bossy. You know you've had your own businesses and different things like that. Now, Rolly put them chopsticks together and start waddling over to tell Jasmine Renee she was ungrateful, basically. How are you gonna say you don't want to give you don't want your baddie chain, you want to give your baddie's chain to the next person? What? Huh? No, just give it to Lex then. First of all, Rolly, you're not the boss. Okay? Rolly is a boss, but Rolly is not the boss. So for her to come out and do all of that, I'm looking like, girl, they did not ask you to give the chain, they asked Scotty. But anyways, I feel what Rolly is saying also on that note, because it's kind of like someone's giving you, honoring you to give you something special on a show that you came to participate in. And when they want to honor you specifically and highlight you for your moment, you decided to give it to somebody else. It screams unappreciative. It does. And that you just, honestly, I could care less, how Diamond kind of was last season, but then ended up crying over the chain and telling everybody, publicly to the world how much she really, really did want that chain. So, she kind of just, shrugged it off like it wasn't a big deal. Like, I don't really want the chain. And that kind of was an insult. And I can see both sides. Like I said, she was just standing up for her, Pretty P, letting it be known that she is an MVP. And people, they just didn't like that. The baddies didn't like that. Even Anna, when later on Anna kind of said like, oh, I thought you were going to say you didn't want your baddie chain, and Jasmine had to kind of just reiterate and say, it's not about that. It's not about that. So what happens? Oh my God. The hater Summer decides to jump up off her chair and say, I'm going to fight you for that chain, Jazz. If you get that chain, yeah, you're not going to get that chain. I want that chain. I'm going to get that chain, not you. And Jazz kind of shot a little shot back and was like, that's what you said to Tinka. Like basically to say like, yeah, we seen what that got you last time. So anyways, Summer decides that she's going to run across the room. Actually, she was going to run across the room to stop Jazz from her moment. And guess what? Ivory told her, if you make a move, if you move a muscle, I'm going to flex a muscle. So she basically sat down like the little puppy dog she was. We seen how Ivory, handled her in the kitchen that episode. And she was, just complacent until Ivory left, because she probably was going to get, check on that face. And, she got piercings and stuff on her face and, get some ice for that eye. And then, when Ivory left, from protecting Jazz Renee, basically Summer decided to pounce. So Summer jumped on Jasmine Renee, snatched the chain. Oh, you ain't gonna have that chain no more. You ain't gonna have that chain no more. One thing I will say, I was proud of Jazz this time. Jazz stood her ground. I'm like, swing, little arm, swing. And she was really getting in there. Like she was swinging back on Summer. Summer had her head down, tucked, pink wigs, strands flying all over the place. And she really got that from Summer this time. And I would really say that. Like it wasn't like, but she really got with Summer. And she let Summer know, like, no, honey, I'm a big dog and you's a puppy. So she sat her down again. And everybody was looking at Summer like, ugh, you a hater. Like, I get it, it's baddies and they do all these behaviors and camera stunts and, stuff like that. But I think at that moment, everybody saw that Summer was really just a hater. And I like the Summer from the beginning off of her personality. I like when people show their personality and they're just being who they are. And it's not, fake or, just for the cameras. One thing I will say about Summer is she seems genuinely to be who she is. And the part that she showed, which was that she was a big hater, was really just, it came full circle to kind of prove Jazz's point right from the very beginning, is that Summer just wanted to have an issue with her and just really didn't like her and was definitely a hater. So some other tea I'm about to spill, basically, or just clock, basically, because from what I've seen on the screen, is that when Summer ran over, making the conscientious decision to go and attack Jazz for the chain, Scotty, ragdolled Summer as well. I don't think Summer wants to fight Scotty or anything like that, but Scotty grabbed Summer like a toddler by both of her wrists and held her on the wall, while Anna ran over to basically swing her arm over the security, jump up, and smack Summer on the head, or swing at Summer. I'm not sure if it connected, but I feel like she swung pretty hard, and it looked like she at least got one bop on the top of the head. Jumped over security arm. Lex was standing there the whole time. You let your friend get basically manhandled. Your whole claim is, Anna, you're too small. Summer fought Anna. Why are you worried about Anna being too small when you anyways, Lex cops a lot of pleas, and nobody is gonna probably say it because they know that she will get in the field with Ivory or probably anybody. But Lex does a lot of plea copping, a lot of excuse making, a lot of claims, and a lot of, I don't know, reasons why she shouldn't be throwing hands when she claimed that she was gonna throw hands. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's lackluster again, Lex. I like you, and like is not to love, but I like you. I hope you can grow on me a little more since you're going to be on my screen, but I'm just not that big on Lex. It's giving lackluster. It's giving timid. It's giving doesn't want to show real personality. Anyways, while we on the topic, this is random and, sidebar, but that's what we do on this channel. But here's this clip of Lex right here.
I told y'all that there's a picture going around, I told y'all, of like a mugshot. There's a picture that's supposed to be me going around. That's not me. Like a mugshot. That's supposed to be me. Please. That's not me. I don't know. That is not. I've never been to jail. Nothing. That's please. Not me. Y'all, I told y'all. I never been.
Now, why would this girl sit here and lie to us in our face like that? This is what I don't like. I don't like when somebody tells me blatant lies. I don't care if it's on a TV screen, if I heard it, if I read it. Why are you lying? Like, girl, you think we're going to believe that this is not the same girl with the wrinkles in the forehead, with the mole on the right side of the nose, with the same basically lip shape, face profile, everything. Like, you want us to believe that that's not you? Lex, come on now, and sit here and just make a blatant lie and be so serious. Like, it wasn't like she was laughing like, that's not me. No, she was like, that's not me. I seen it go around, y'all. She tried to confirm it, put a stamp on it. That's not me. I'm just looking like, Lex, why are you lying? Anyways, so just to randomly hop back on Lex and Ivory. Okay, like I said, they went round for round for round. I feel like both of those girls can out thump anybody on the show, including Jayla. I feel like they will stand 10 toes with Tasiki, and it will be a good show. Raw, like if they had let them go 5 minutes, it would have been some serious beats going down. And the security gets to jumping in, so it's not really all the way fair. But this evil grin stare down between the both of them showed me that they are top contenders, and they like, listen, game on. They was not playing with none of us. Like, yeah, my girl Ivory, she needed that. And she got that. You feel me? So the fight was really, really, really one for the books. I will say that. I need to put maybe like a number 1 on that fight. For Baddies fights throughout all the seasons. And I have a lot of them, and I will put together a video like that. Let me know if you like seeing stuff like that in the comments, and I'm gonna drop way more content. All right, so then I noticed something that nobody else probably noticed, that Tasiki was so quiet. Tasiki was so quiet. Like, she was not trying to involve herself in anything that Anna had going on. This is the quietest I ever seen her. She even tried to tell the girls, 2 heavy hitters in the house so far right now, that don't fall on me, don't bring that over here. They wasn't trying to hear none of that, Tasiki. They wasn't trying to hear none of that. They was fighting. Them 2 girls was battling out the way they was battling out. You should have got out the way. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know if you're trying to put yourself in the way, so that maybe they could pay you attention and probably swing one your way. I don't know, but I do know that those girls will eat with you, Tasiki, as long as you know what I'm saying, giving them a fair once. I just didn't understand why she sat on the couch with a broken finger telling people not to fall on her. Get up and move. Get up and get out the way. Girl, we're not looking at you right now. We're trying to see them. So you need to get out the screen, actually. Anyways, whatever the case may be, I look at everything overall, okay? And when I seen this picture, I was so disappointed. I was just like, makeup crew, somebody come, please. Just back up out my screen with that. And I'm not even trying to be funny, but I don't like when people get close to the screen and it's not aesthetically pleasing. Like, back up out the screen a little bit. Just back just a little bit. Just, step back a little bit. I ain't even trying to be funny. Like, just back up. Don't get in my screen like that. It's offensive. All right? I was screaming for the makeup crew. Makeup! I was hoping that they would come, and they never came, y'all. They never came. Anyways, That scene between Ivory and Lex came to an end with security having to pull Ivory off of Lex when she was getting pounded on the couch. People are going to try to like hate Ivory or jump on a hate train and say like, well, Lex really gave you that work. Lex really got that eye. Lex definitely got that eye. We all seen it. Lex got that eye. But I also seen that Lex was on the floor at least 3 times during all of their rumbles. And people are going to try to act like that doesn't mean anything. Y'all are forgetting security are around. If security was not around, I'm sure and damn near confident that Ivory would have been stomping that girl. And then everybody would have been saying how terrible Ivory is. And I was rooting for Lex, like, get up, get up, get up, because I like to see a fair fight. But Lex just kept getting put on the floor. You know, Lotto. Yeah, that's my. But yeah, she was on the floor, like down to the ground. Like, yeah, about to get pummeled. All right. So yeah, it really wasn't like nothing crazy. But like I said, it ended with that. Now, next scene, like I said, Jasmine Renee, you know, getting like coached by everybody. They letting her know, like, yeah, you did that. You deserved your chain. She had a Cuban link back up like a bad bitch. So she had a little Cuban link in her like luggage or whatever. So she went and got that. She put her baddie chain on the Cuban and yeah, did that because she's a boss and that's what bosses do. Resilient as fuck. That's why I really like Jazz now. She shows how resilient she is. She's like, whatever. Like, I'm not even gonna let a lower level female like phase me. Like, she's literally unfazed by Summer until Summer says something to her. And it's kind of getting irritating at this point. Summer, now I see what she was saying, you a hater. Summer, now I see that you just overall one of them gutters. One of them gutters. Like, ain't no way I'm gonna be caught on camera being a straight up hater. It wasn't even a reason. And just like Jazz said, you said that about Tinka. Girl, last time you tried to say you was gonna take somebody's chain, you backed right out of that promise.
I really liked Summer when I first met her, but to see her snatch Jazz's chain as soon as she gets it, that's some real hating ass shit to do, and that's definitely not baddie behavior.
All right, so they at the club, and you already know it's lit. They in Chicago. It's litty. Everybody outside. Everybody in the club. The club look like, you know, it's about to be packed out. They got the baddies in there. Girls standing on tables. Tinkerbella done stepped on the back of the table with Dolly with her big and made Dolly break another wrist. Not literally, but I don't understand why she got her big ass up there. Anyway, they were just in a club party and they turned up. Ivory had to, she had to feel herself again. So, she got up there telling everybody, it's my city. Yeah, I does this. This is me. I run this shit. Natalie snatched that microphone so quick and said, hold on, little missy. This my shit. I was like, nah, funny for that. So then they leaving up out the club, y'all, and somebody done donkey kicked my girl Diamond. Like, she was ready to get to Chicago and they done donkey kicked her outside the booking. Supposedly Diamond said she heard shouts of pretty P and then felt the kick. So maybe pretty P, because she is from Milwaukee, I don't know, how many hours in distance that is a drive, but it looked like a couple of her people probably ran up there, or she had people in Chicago. So they really be in some hood clubs, like, because this club right here, this is a hood club. Like, this club is in the hood. Like, you literally see projects across the street in this club. But yeah, they gonna get that money, and I guess wherever they, get accepted to be booked, that's where they gonna end up. All right, I already put this on one of my videos, but here go Miss Thang again. I don't know why she always popping up. Sydney, go home. Just go home, Sydney. Go home. Like, start your own YouTube reality show. Get somebody with you to do a little creative ideals, some styling. I don't know, like, come up with some new, like, repertoire. Like, do something different, Sydney. I'm tired of seeing you get outcasted and popping up with people and harassing them on, on their shows and on social media and trolling, and like, really do something. Like, you want to be out here claiming like one of the baddest T-girls and all that, which Sydney is pretty. But to be honest, Sydney, they got you out here looking like a clown. Anyways, next. All right, so next scene, we got Slim and Rolly again at this table, sit down with Slim the streetwalker, Slim the stripper, or Slim the crack. I don't know what to give it. I'm not trying to pick on Slim. Seriously, I could care less if she's there or leave. It's really like not giving, but I really wish Slim, would have stepped a little harder during this conversation. Basically, it's just Baby Bear and Mama Bear going back talking about how, Slim's giving this explanation to Rolly, like, oh, I felt away when you talked about my dad. That's why I talked about your son. And Rolly was basically like, and that's why I beat your ass 4 times. Like, what do you mean on your entrance? And she's like, actually, it was 5, Rolly. You beat my ass 5 times. I got whooped 5 times and mopped across the floor. You dunked me in that mop water a couple of times. It was 5. And I'm just looking like, Slim, please choose your words. Just choose your words. So anyway, she basically still begging Rolly for a spot. Rolly basically let her know, like, you're not coming back as a regular returning Betty. You're going to come back as basically my pet. So Slim's just embracing it, like, yeah, I'm a pet. I'm going to be on all fours. Rolly like, all fours, bitch. She like, yeah, I'm going to kiss your ass, Rolly, because I do want to be here. And I know I was wrong for talking about your son because he had nothing to do with it. Sidebar, hate when people bring kids into stuff like, you're a lame, you're a loser, and whatever comes to you, you deserve it. Anyway, oh yeah, I feel real bad, Rolly, and I really did. Well, I didn't mean it like that. And it was a bunch of whining until the end where Rolly just walked off and let her know, like, girl, I'm done with you. You're not coming to the club with me tonight. I'm done with you. And Slim twerked in the chair, happy to be, get the crumbs that she was fed, and, to be just sitting, near the table with her doggy bowl on the side. I thought it was really pathetic. I really felt bad for Slim, just off the fact that they put her in the position to come on the screen to beg. I felt like they could have did that a different way. Slim does not deserve a spot. I'm not going to say if she does deserve a spot. Like I said, I could care less if she's there or not there. It really won't make much of a difference to me. And we know she will be here on the season, obviously, but it's just not giving. Her whole entrance, having to come on, beg Rolly on multiple episodes for multiple scenes to try and be on the show. It was so pathetic. What she should have done was continue to fight Rolly. She probably didn't want to get mopped again, but she should have continued to fight Rolly. At least that would have been her storyline. I'm on here, fight for my respect. They didn't send me home. I know Natalie wants the ratings. They want to see what goes on because I know Lemmy, December 2024, last month, he was really like showing the statistics and like ratings and stuff. And I guess Rolly and Slim was trending like number 11 or something. And I'm just like, okay, so he is watching that, and that's why they want Slim there. They want to see what issues happen with Slim and Rolly again. I could care less to see that again, I'm going to be honest. I don't want to see Rolly continuously mop, a noodle across the floor. I just don't want to see it. I don't want to see Mammoth versus a cigarette. I just don't want to see it. Next. So they getting ready to go out to their next little club, and they on a, tour bus about to do their little thing, little 1-2. Ivori decides to press Natalie at this point and say, like, girl, I know it was you. It was one of y'all, one of the OGs, whoever moved the sign. I want to fight. I want that. I need that on my mama, on heaven, on God in heaven, and, all of that stuff. So she was just like, oh, Natalie was tucking her tail a little bit. Oh, yeah, what you mad at? What you mad at? That voice got real high pitched when she heard how angry or upset Ivori was about that. So she just explained, like, y'all sisters. I'm not sisters. I don't know none of you bitches. So it's what's playing to y'all ain't playing to me. So playing in her face like that, I do understand exactly where Ivori's coming from. If I'm with a bunch of strangers, please do not overstep your boundaries. Please do not get in my personal space. Please do not do something that's going to make me violate you or make me want to violate you. If I feel like you're disrespecting or trying to violate me, don't do that. You know what I mean? Just don't do that. So I feel where Ivori was coming from. Everybody don't like to be played with. At an older age, maybe, high school, some stuff is funny, but to, a grown woman, or somebody who's like, making moves for themselves, taking care of themselves, has children, they're not with the games. Like, you can't just play with any and everybody like that. And even they went in their confessionals on, Jayla, Natalie, Scotty, they're like, yeah, I think we took it too far with the joke. I feel like we shouldn't have did the joke. They was regretting the joke. Because it wasn't a joke. I just thought it was corny too. Like, let's do some old BGC and change the names. Like, y'all need to find better stuff to do. Seriously. Before I close this video, random sidebar. Okay. When they were in the room after the whole Baddies chain was handed to Jasmine Renee, and it was like, a couple of girls in the room, I'm going to spare Emma in this wig. Did y'all notice ever since she been getting whooped on this show, she done lost a couple of wigs, and now she been in this Party City hair store wig ever since? I really wish they would get Emma a wig. But anyways, Tasiki, now that we on the topic of wigs, why was you in there throwing Jazz Renee more than likely $800 to $1,000 to probably $1,500 wig, swinging it around. Oh, the wig deserves a baddie chain. Yeah, Jazz did do that yellow. Yeah, the wig did look fire with the blunt cut. Yeah, she did that. But why are you like swinging it around? And I just thought that was weird. I'm just sitting there like, why are you swinging someone's wig around, like jumping around with it? Like, I can see if you picked it up and brought it to her, like start taming it, got it together, put it, laid it to the side a little bit, then set it down. Was like, yeah, this deserves a baddie chain, and put it down. But why are you flinging this girl wig all over the place? Like, y'all gonna disagree, but it just scream hater. A lot of the stuff that I watch her do on screen, like with my own eyes, it scream hater, and she be lying too. Like, why would you sit up there and say you pregnant? Like, was this like to get people anticipating the reunion more? I was honestly disappointed when I heard like her, Anna, and supposedly somebody else was pregnant. I'm just looking like, nah, not for my subscription, honey. Get up there and make that reunion pop, because that's what we really waiting for. Like, yeah, we want to see what happened during the season, but y'all already know the final Royal Rumble is the most anticipated. Like, that reunion is where everybody gonna be able to get their shit off. Everybody gonna be able to say what they have to say. Everybody gonna be able to fight who they want to fight. Yeah, like, that's the real anticipation. But the whole thing was, these girls get to lying so much, I don't believe nothing they say. But anyways, I'm wrapping up this video, y'all. I really appreciate it if you like, share, subscribe, comment if you care. And I'll see you in the next video.